Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Queena. Good day, everyone, and welcome to episode number 20. Today, finally, there's some good news in the market, right? And also we are start to see, some uptrend. There's some buyers now, finally, because prices have gone so low, really. But now let's get into it quickly. Now, first up, Nasdaq is basically they have announced crypto plans, right? Because they want to launch a crypto future back in mid 2018, but they have pushed that back, and now finally that they're coming back and said that they're going to launch it in early 2019, Q1 2019. Now, what is different from what is already being offered by CBOE and CME Group is that they are going to use more sources of prices for pricing their futures, right? So Nasdaq, which is a comparatively small player in the futures market, will base its price of 50 Bitcoin sources from around the world, while CBOE is currently using 1 and CME is using 4. So basically, they want to use more sources, so it's more accurate, basically, right? And this is a good news because basically then with futures, that means you give more price discovery for more transparency into the future pricing of Bitcoin, right? And cryptocurrencies in general. So this is a very good news, right? I mean, and probably Q1, they're probably looking at launching around the same time or roughly after BACT, right, which is ICE. BAKKT, which is delayed their launch to January 24th. So this is probably going to be around the same time. And, let's hope that, this will again boost the market further in January or sometime in Q1 next year. So that's good. Second, top hedge fund veteran Mark Yusko admits he was wrong about Bitcoin, but he still calls it a long-term buy. What this was early this last year, he has actually, predicting Bitcoin prices to reach 25,000 by end of 2018, 75,000 by end of 2020, and 500,000 by end of 2024. Now, of course, he now, has rolled back that prediction, and he is very apologetic, but he still see that as a very long-term buy, and he himself is a buyer. What he say here is very interesting, and I just want to point you to it. He said, there's this new insight. He said, what people have to understand about Bitcoin is that it's a network. It's not a company. If you think about today, 5 of the biggest companies in the world are networks. Apple, Facebook, right? And Amazon and all that, right? Networks don't grow based on economic growth, interest rate, or profits. They grow on technology changes, regulatory changes, right? And definitely, he said he is a buyer here. So he believes in the long-term potential, long-term fundamentals. He still believes it, right? So that's good, right? Next up, cryptocurrency, a hardware wallet, a very famous hardware wallet, right? It's really the reputable number one, Ledger. They're going to open a new office in New York to develop institutional custody offering. So what it is that basically Ledger has always been a hardware wallet which is very reputable for individual buyers like you and me to store our cryptocurrencies in a very secure manner, right? It is really like the gold standard. Now, what they're going to do is really they're going to expand their offering, and they're going to have their custody solution allow multiple members of a corporate entity such as a hedge fund to access the same cold storage wallet. Why they're doing this is basically they must have projected, or they must have some, I would think that they will have some insider information that they will see more institutions and corporates, coming and investing into the cryptocurrency. Hence, they're growing their infrastructure and, expand their offerings to this market, to cater for this market. Now, while this news on the surface doesn't look good because top US financial regulator pours more cold water on one thing Bitcoin investors need right now. Basically, he is saying, SEC chairman is basically saying the Bitcoin ETF is not going to approve anytime soon. The reason is, he say, as crypto exchanges are prone to manipulation, security measures around asset custody aren't adequate. But around the same time yesterday, SEC Commissioner, right, Hester Pierce, actually said he confirmed that a Bitcoin ETF was definitely possible. Although he said unwilling to describe a future ETF as inevitable, she did confirm that it was definitely possible. Now, this is very interesting. And not only that, she went on to say that SEC has brought in specialist advice in the area of cryptocurrencies who has led the agency to take a cautious approach, right? So basically, it is right to pursue those who use crypto in an attempt to scam people out of money, but it's pushing to allow more scope for innovation. So basically, I would think that, right? And he talks about the chairman, Jay Clayton. Basically, he talks about custody being a really needed solution. But don't forget, we already have quite a lot of companies, that are working on these solutions, including a lot of the big names like Fidelity have come out to say that they are looking into developing custody solutions. So tentatively in 2019 it will be available. Then there are also the banks like Northern Trust and also Nomura Bank that they are looking to develop this kind of solutions. Goldman Sachs also were exploring that option, right? But currently they say right now definitely it is not available. They don't have these custody solutions yet. But remember, all these big street names are actually working on these solutions already, and they've come out and publicly said that. And of course, on the cryptocurrency companies themselves, like Coinbase, BitGo, and the latest now Ledger, right, they're actually working on custody solutions for institutions and corporates. So basically, they are trying to really address the SEC chairman's concern about the custody solutions. Basically, it's the safekeeping of your assets, right? And the thing is now, having said that, now that means also that once all these solutions are in place, it's probably then the SEC will look at cryptocurrency ETF as a Bitcoin ETF as much more favorable, and possibly then, so you're probably looking at next year or 2020 where really the ETFs will be approved. So these are all very good news in the next 1 or 2 years where really things are going to pick up. So definitely, if my opinion is, if you don't have it right now, if you have missed all the bull run in the early this year, end of last year, now is really the time to buy, because you really buy on dips, right? You don't buy when prices are high, right? You sell, you take profit when the prices are high. Now is such a low point that it makes sense to gather some. Of course, again, this is my personal opinion. Just invest the amount that you're willing to lose, right? And yeah, and just be patient, and because the fundamental is really there. So okay, thanks so much for watching, and see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Live with energy, live with passion. Thank you.